And welcome to the Milo Beasley Show. Doot. I almost fell out of this chair.
We always have technical issues with the chairs.
Welcome to our SummerSlam predictions. As Rodney is over there checking out his brand new championship ring that he won. What was the last pay-per-view?
Last pay-per-view was Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules.
You know, when you go against the type of competition that I face on a monthly basis, it's really tough, man. And just happy right now.
So let's go ahead and kick it off. We're coming to you live, not us live, but the events. SummerSlam from Toronto of the Canada variety.
Okay.
I've never been to the Canada, but I will be.
Scotiabank Arena.
A couple weeks.
Scotiabank. Have they ever had one of the big four in Canada?
Yeah, the WrestleMania 6 and WrestleMania 18 were both in Toronto.
The Sky Dome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember hearing Sky Dome being announced.
We're both in Toronto. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We're back.
So, all right. So let's go ahead because I want to hurry up and win this back. So we're going to get right into it. Our first matchup is for the Cruiserweight Championship. Champion Drew Gulak taking on Oney Lorcan. This is a big one.
It's a big one.
I feel Orton is a better tag wrestler, and he's in an established tag team right now. So I don't think he's gonna. I think Drew's gonna retain. I don't think Orton's taking this one. So Drew Gulak for the win.
Yeah, I'll agree. This one's kind of thrown together at the last minute. There's no real build or story behind it, and he hasn't had the title that long. So Gulak retains.
Yeah, so just so y'all know, I have a strategy to keep my title. Yes, I agree. Gulak.
All right.
Not allowed to do that, man.
Oh, you can do whatever you want. Champion's advantage. Champion's advantage.
Strategy.
Our next matchup is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I know this is. I'm gonna let you go take this one first.
All right.
Let's go ahead and get into it. Champion Bayley taking on challenger Ember Moon. Now it doesn't matter what we say. This is why I'm going to you first.
Okay.
We know. I think we know where you're going. With this.
So she doesn't know that we're friends, but I've met her before, and we're friends. Okay.
She doesn't know that we're friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
But we're friends.
Yeah, we're friends. Like, anytime I help. But Ember Moon, one of the nicest people I ever met, though. Good people.
I'm gonna have to agree. Ember Moon.
You think so?
From my understanding, Vince is not real high on Ember, so I'm going to say Bayley retains because Vince is still calling the shots.
You know he's trying to separate so that he can try to take this, but it ain't gonna happen.
You got to at some point.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of title changes this show, but I think that's going to be one of them. Speaking of, our next matchup for the United States Championship, champion AJ Styles taking on challenger friend of the show Ricochet.
Trev. Speaking of Trev, I think he regains the United States Championship.
Okay.
All right.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of changes, but this is one I think that changes.
Go ahead and bring it up for me, Jim. To echo what he was saying earlier.
What's that?
I don't think there's gonna be a lot of title changes this show.
But you pick Ricochet.
I know, but beyond this one, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of title changes this show. But I'm picking Ricochet to retain his title, regain his title.
Regain.
Sorry.
I think that the clicks with the titles are very in right now. As you've predicted with NXT the night before, Undisputed Era reigning, we have New Day reigning, and I don't see any reason why the OC, why the club, isn't going to retain.
California.
I've been waiting on somebody to hit that. You know, we almost made it a month without somebody going ahead and busting out the California.
Yep.
You have to. I mean,
You have to. You have to.
Our next matchup is a match that was made just this past week. Special challenge match: Dolph Ziggler taking on the returning Goldberg.
with all of his pyro.
Yes. I think.
Wanna take it? Come on, take it. Let us know. What are you doing?
I mean, I'm gonna go Goldberg.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Goldberg.
So I think the real prediction should be: is this going to be a squash match, or is it going to be like, you know what I mean? Like he has to earn this win.
I'm gonna say Goldberg, and I'm gonna say it is a squash. I think they need to do that with him after the debacle in Saudi Arabia. They need to show Goldberg is Goldberg,
Yeah, but
and let Dolph go and boss like a bump,
I think
bump like a boss like a
boss
bump.
like a bump.
Boss like a bump.
He can do that too. Like
Yeah.
if he does that,
I'm
he
gonna-
should win.
I'm trademark. That's my.
If he
I'm
bosses
shirts
like
made.
a bump, he should win. For me, I think
I'm having shirts made. That's mine.
I think Goldberg goes for a spear, gets super kicked. Dolph thinks that it has an effect. Obviously, it doesn't. He turns around, celebrates the crowd, gets the real spear. It's kind of squashy, but Dolph may get off something.
Get off one thing. So you're.
Yeah, Goldberg.
All right, our next matchup for the Raw Women's Championship. It's so weird to do these Women's Championships, especially the Raw one, and not, mention Ronda Rousey. So for the Raw Women's Championship, champion Becky Lynch
The man.
taking on challenger Natalya in her home country.
For me, I think this is going to be one of the ones. I think Natalya.
Okay.
I think Natalya.
Natalya takes it.
I think
Natalya
the
over
way
the man.
things are trending in that way in my mind. Just think Natalya. It could be all this gold though blinding me.
I'm gonna have to. Not so fast. I'm gonna.
Lee Corso.
I think Becky retains here. Yeah, that's simple as. I mean, yeah, but she's on a roll. Like, I don't think this is the match to take the belt off of her. So,
I'm gonna agree. And speaking of Ronda, I think Ronda returns here, and I think it sets up some things down the road.
Becky and Ronda.
Well, not just Becky and Ronda. That's the other reason I think I had Bayley retaining as well. I think, as I mentioned in the NXT show, that Shayna's gonna, lose and get called up, kind of thing. I think we're gonna end up with a horsewoman versus horsewoman eventually, before the end of this year. Whether or not it happens next month, or whether or not they wait for Survivor Series, because you got 2 4-person teams already built there. But I do think it happens sooner rather than later.
I like that.
all right.
I like this.
Our next matchup is a feud of all feuds, right? Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, and if Shane McMahon wins,
KO must quit.
KO must quit. Now this is very interesting. What happens if maybe Kevin Owens accidentally elbows the referee and loses by disqualification?
That's it.
Something like that
That's
could
it.
happen.
Why doesn't Shane just have Elias run in and punch him and get
Maybe he will.
Maybe he will. So what do you think? What do you think? What do you think's going on?
I still think KO wins. All the shenanigans and everything. I think maybe they add, a no DQ stip right before the match starts or whatever, or something along those lines. But I think they're gonna kind of write Shane off for a little while, and this is kind of a good way to do it. He's just been way too present, way too much, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with KO. And then one thing we forgot to mention about that previous matchup, it is a submission match stipulation between Natty and Becky.
Okay.
Doesn't affect my What do you think about this?
Well, I think Kevin Owens also. I think maybe we get something screwy. Maybe we get
It's definitely going to be screwed.
one of the things where like they do the easy way out disqualification, it gets reversed, KO, But I think KO walks out with the win, obviously.
I'm going to have to make that unanimous across the board. Yeah, I think KO. It is the
Kevin Owens show.
How can it be the KO show without KO? So, Kevin Owens.
KO's a superstar.
Next up, a very, very interesting match. We have the in-ring return of Bray Wyatt, bringing his Fiend, a little Fiend persona, taking on Finn Balor, but not the Demon, which I think speaks volumes about how this one's going down,
right? I agree.
So,
I can see where it's going in the future.
Yeah, I think we're all seeing, Bray Wyatt. With the return later on of
Maybe a Survivor Series.
Yeah,
The Demon versus
I'm agreeing here. I think we're going to get the Fiend down the road kind of thing. Finn's asked for some time off post SummerSlam, so this is a good way to reintroduce Bray, get him over, and again, this one, like we're talking about, this could be kind of squashy. You know what I mean? And I really love what they're doing too with Bray, and this is whereas Bray is the mouthpiece and everything, and the Fiend is the in-ring performer. You know what I mean? So like when he talks, he's talking as Bray, but when he's in the ring,
does he wrestle with that
Fiend.
Mask on the whole match?
We'll find out.
Yes, well, I believe so.
We'll find out.
Interesting. Okay.
So
yeah, it's unanimous. It's Fiend. He wipes out Finn. The Fiend wipes out Finn. And I'm predicting the Survivor Series because that's, even though it's not in October, it's still kind of.
Got Hell in a Cell in October though, so.
Yeah, some one of those spooky type of joints. I think we have the Fiend versus the Demon.
All right.
Then they'll join up to be a 2-entity power trip.
Bring back Halloween Havoc.
The 2-entity power trip.
You got the shirt. You got the shirt. You can go set up the.
I set up nothing. I will set up this next match.
Oh!
Next match. Also made this week, right? We have Charlotte Flair taking on the hometown hero Trish Stratus, as seen on the Milo Beasley show.
Yeah.
One of my favorite guests ever. If not my favorite guest ever.
Hometown. She's returning. One of the greatest ever. And Charlotte beats that. Charlotte
Flair. I say, when we have like these legends versus the current superstars, is where do we go from here? If the legend wins, where do we go from here? Mentally with the current superstar. And I think Goldberg's already going to win that other one, so I think here is where we see Charlotte beat Trish Stratus. Sorry, Trish.
Yeah. I agree. Again, like I said, I think we're setting up, for a Ronda return and a horsewoman versus horsewoman thing. I think that means that all of the active horsewomen, WWE horsewomen on the show need to be victorious to help build that up. And then,
What about the boss?
I think we get a big return from Sasha either, Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
All right. Next up for the WWE Championship. Stupid. Champion Kofi Kingston.
Chris Farley.
Taking on former champion Randy Orton.
Randall Keith.
Man, this is
It's tough. This is a little tricky.
Because
Tricky.
Orton finds a way to win. Well, I think about this one.
Yeah, I think it's still Kofi's time. I don't see them taking the belt off of him with a Randy. I think if and when they do take the title off of him, it's going to be another.
It should be Big E, but that's.
But it's going to be like another kind of first-time champ or somebody who is only held at one previous time. I don't think it's going to be somebody that's been around, for quite a long time. That's my guess.
I think Kofi simply because he has to have a credible name in his title defense in one of his title defense, like a true name in his title defenses to make his title run credible. So I think Randy Orton is definitely as credible as they come. I got Kofi retaining.
I see I see it the opposite. If somebody does beat Kofi, it's going to be that person who has that experience and knows how to win. And Randy Orton knows how to win. However, this is not the match that's it. I mean, it could, maybe it happens on a SmackDown or maybe at another pay-per-view. But again, I don't see too many title changes here. Kofi.
Does Kofi kick out of an RKO? A flying RKO, because there's going to be some kind of springboard RKO, something. Does he kick out of that? What happens? Watch Sunday and find out.
All right, so that brings us to our main event of the evening for the WWE Universal Championship. Champion Brock Lesnar taking on challenger former champion Seth Rollins, the Architect. Man, these two.
Which way you go?
Given that these guys battle one-on-one, it could go either way, I think. But given what happened Monday, with just Lesnar beating him literally all over the building, Rollins is not 100%. And you know what happens if you're not 100% against Brock Lesnar? You lose.
You cough up blood more than you did.
Yep.
You made
So I'm going Brock Lesnar to retain.
Yeah. From a non-story, his contract runs all the way through Mania next year. I just don't know what you do with Brock on your roster if he's not
he
the champion.
just cashed in the winning.
Yeah.
You can't even give him that, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if he's not the champion and he's already used the briefcase, I just don't know what you do with him without, So I think Brock retains. So
I think Brock retains and keeps it until Braun Strowman takes it off. Then I'll be happy.
Yes, you'll be happy. You must be very upset. Braun's not even on the show.
Yeah, that's that's why this is the only thing that's giving me solace.
All right, so that'll do it for our SummerSlam predictions. But just to throw, we need some people to play along. What you
thinking?
We just had a game drop.
It's pretty hot,
right?
It's pretty hot right now.
We just had a game drop, right?
Is it an independent studio game? Is
No.
it kind of low key title nobody's heard of?
So if you play with us, you give us your predictions. If you beat us, if you beat everybody else out there, we will give you a free copy of Madden 20.
Come on.
Xbox, PS4, PC, whatever you want.
Come on.
So yeah, play along, beat us, win Madden, and then lose against us at Madden.
Yeah.
Definitely lose against us at Madden.
All right.
Yeah,
So thank you for playing along.